The science of soul. So, do you have any idea about what is soul means?
Uh, yes, it is pure and eternal energy or source, we can say.
Okay. Yeah. Today
Uh,
we will find out what is soul means.
yeah,
So by
yeah,
knowing this, we will be not much worried about that. This out in this world, what are the problem is going on? We will not be much worried. And this about the soul, the subject matter, they will not discuss in outside world. Means whatever where we are living, this material world, they won't discuss because they don't have any proper evidence whether the soul is existing or what is soul. Also, they don't know. And generally, what they teach here means uh, we you might have heard right PQ, IQ, you know right?
yes, yes.
PQ means
IQ, yeah,
physical,
yeah.
yeah, physical quotient, like how to keep the
Question.
body fit, maybe some exercise they may teach, some kind of yoga sana, and how to lead healthy life. Even animal also doing that. Generally, actually, humans only spoils their health. Animals doesn't. Whenever they get hungry, only animals eats. Like I had lion, he doesn't hunt if he's not hungry. Whenever it is, if when he is not hungry, if there's some animals, deer or something crosses, so it doesn't hunt. But when it is hungry only, it will hunt. And everything, like sleeping also. Whenever it feels sleepy, it will sleep. Similar way, having affairs with female animals. That also, whenever that urges is there, they will do. But human only, they misuse it. Eating more and sleeping more. Everything they do excess because they have that super intelligence, but they misuse it. They don't use it properly. So just maintaining this PQ, physical quotients, it is something like animal only because animal also nicely keeping that. Then comes IQ. Of course, animals doesn't use much this one. Naturally, animal also has some kind of intelligence, but they cannot go beyond that. But human can. So that is intelligence quotient we say. But later comes this two more quotient is EQ and SQ. EQ stands for emotional quotient and SQ stands for spiritual quotient. These two things you cannot find in this material world. You can go to any college, very rarely some subject matter is there. Even though if it is there also, much importance is not given on this. People are only teaching about the body only. Beyond the body, they did not go, or they don't have any proper evidence, and they are not ready to listen also. Very few ready to listen and know about that. So the EQ means emotional quotient. Like emotional quotients, the things comes under this is mm, how to deal with people, how to speak, and how to react. These are all the things comes under this emotional quotient. Means how
Okay.
to give respect to others, what are the proper things to do. These are all given in scriptures. Like Ramayana, Lord Ram Navami came. So you can say how wonderful Lord Ram was. He's a very ideal person. So by Lord Ram characters, we can understand how one should lead a life. So these are all given in scripture only. Outside, well, very even though if they do, even if you go to airport, if you go inside airplane, and their air hostess will be there. So they nicely treat us, but it is very externally because they are trained to behave like that, but they are not doing from within. But by reading scripture and knowing, really our hearts will get transformed and will become good character person internally, not just for externally. Like some people do not externally smiling, externally greeting, but inside they have some kind of grudges. But those things can be removed by reading scripture and knowing that knowledge. And above that, it is teaching about SQ, that is spiritual quotient, about spiritual. Who am I? Generally, people think whenever you call someone, who are you? Say, he will say, I am so and so. and so, that name is given, like a person is there, his name is A. That name is given after he takes birth only. Not by birth he came with that name. A has come out. I am come out like that. You don't say that body that is given, that name given to the body is after some time. So actually we are not this body, we are soul. So once by knowing this knowledge, we will be come out from so many problems in life. Like how this soul is there situated in body, an example is given. You can see a car. Inside a car, the driver is sitting. So similarly, here you can see right side a photo is shown. A person is there. Inside that person, there is another one person is sitting and driving. You can see a big JCB. JCB they used to break the house. You see, there are big JCBs are there. There small a tiny person is sitting inside the JCB and he is operating. Similarly, this big body is there. Inside that body, what is there to function? This body is soul. That's why as soon as the soul leaves the body, as soon as the soul leaves the body, the person is considered as death. So after that, whatever you try to do, you cannot bring him back into life. So the question may come, why I should know about this soul? What is the reason? What I am going to get? The same situation Arjuna also undergone in Bhagavad Gita. He said, I cannot fight. You might have, you are undergoing the course, Bhagavad Gita course. They might have told you that why Arjuna doesn't want to fight. He gave 5 reasons. And Krishna gives answer for that 5 reasons. Isn't it? You heard, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, he told, then Krishna gave that. So in the beginning of that knowledge, what Krishna spoke is about this soul. You are not this body. You are telling that I am going to kill my relatives.
Rela-
Yeah, but
Guru.
that's why I don't want to fight. But Krishna told, this is they are not your relatives, they are just body. You are not going to kill them because soul cannot be killed.
Mm.
And the other way, body is already dead. So after knowing, Krishna gave the knowledge, he became that lack of Arjuna had this all these things, lack of confidence, anxiety, he was demoralized, he had so much stress, depression, all these things. But after that knowledge, he was ready to fight and he became emerged victorious. So why? Because he had the knowledge of the soul. So
Yes,
today we are going
Prabhuji.
to discuss these are the matters. The science of soul. Contents are, am I matter? Matter means body, or am I spirit? Spirit means soul. Then we will see scientifically also it is proven how the soul is existing. And we can see about what is the difference between living person and a robot. A little bit we'll see about how the mind is working and what benefit we will get by knowing knowing that we are soul. So first topic we are going to discuss is whether I am body or soul. Am I matter or am I spirit? Who am I? That's a general question. Any spiritual mission you go in order to understand whether they are teaching proper thing is to understand. First thing they have to teach this one. This is a basic and foundation knowledge. Who am I? I am not this body, I am soul. So here is a professor, Dr. Henry Monson. He says, what is body consist of? The human body is consist of all these materials. You can see the ingredients. Calcium is there in 5 pounds and phosphate, potassium, sulfur and sodium, magnesium, iron, copper, iodine. These are the things are all body is made up of. And he given that is just worth rupees 110 rupees. So now we should think, am I really this 110 rupees worth the thing? See, even our finger, at the tip of the finger, if you get a disease, like sometimes people get what do you call that? Leprosy. Little bit if it comes also, they are ready to spend lakhs of rupees to recover from the disease. But here, why don't we think that it's just 110 rupees? Why we should give that much attention? People are ready to spend lakhs of crore rupee also in order to come out of recover from certain disease. So in actuality, we see we are not this 110 rupees material. And other thing, if at all the science are telling that we are simply this some ingredients like calcium, phosphate, or iron, copper, zinc, all. So why can't after that they can bring a person into life by injecting whatever absent in the dead body? There they cannot stay. Even though body consists of these things, but still after that they cannot bring the body into life. So we are not the chemical, we are something else. So here it is a beautiful picture is there. People are ready to marry. The beautiful woman is there. Many people are ready to compete. I want to marry her. Even yes, beautiful girl is there. She wants to marry a handsome boy. But after that, no one wants to marry. Same body, same ingredient, same person is there, but still they are fearful. I can tell you connecting to this one story. Uh, one of my friends said this, like one devotee is connected to Mumbai Iskcon temple. So they were connected and then they shifted to Bangalore temple. Means they shifted to Bangalore for job purpose. So after they went, within 1 or 2 days, that husband came from office and he came to home. After came to home, he took his dinner. Sometime he got some kind of heart attack and he died. And then that woman, they newly married and newly shifted, and the place also very new. She doesn't know what to do. That's immediately try to call many people. And then she called the temple also, Iskcon temple, and she told that like this happened, I need help. And they told that don't worry, early morning I will do some arrangement. Just now this is night time, I cannot do anything. So you please be with him, and tomorrow we will take care. Said she said I cannot be with him
Oh
because
my
this
God.
dead because it is dead
It is.
body. And if
Mm.
I am be with him, it will be difficult. See, that same person, they were ready to marry and they were planning that we live together happily. They took apartment, everything they took. But as soon as the body dies, that fear came. I cannot live with this body. So Shiva started crying, and then they called local temple and they did some arrangement. And then early morning, the parents all came. Like this matter was settled. Like one of my friend also, another friend was sharing. He went to his uncle died. Nobody was there in that place, so he was very nearby. He went there. So similar situation was there that like night time he died, and no children's also there. So more fortunately he was nearby, so he was called, and that his auntie told him that you please stay here this whole night. Early morning, of course, we have informed everyone they will come back. So he told, okay, I will stay here. He's also devotee only. I will stay here, he said. And his auntie told him that you stay with this body. I will stay outside, he said. So he was also a little fearful and thinking. Whole night he said, I am unable to sleep only. He was fearful. If I sleep, this fellow will get up, what will happen? So like so you can see as soon as a person is dead, nobody wants to see them also. Generally, people because the body start rot. People that's why they burn or bury it. So here everything is same only. Chemicals are the same. But there is no feelings, cannot think, cannot ask for anything, whatever they desire, no movement, no consciousness. That's why they do postmortem. That time also they cut the body, they cut the stomach, but that person doesn't say anything. Peacefully he will be sleeping. But if the person who is living, if you give him little pinch also, he will chastise. So what is absent in that body and what is present in the living body? That one has to think. The only difference is the soul is gone. That's why these doctors or anyone, they will say we try our best only. Don't worry, they will not say, we will bring him back. They cannot say that. Because that thing is not in their hand. So this reincarnation, this picture is showing. Like a old person is there, he is becoming old in one side and he is dying. After dying, again he is becoming and taking birth. So the body is changing, but soul is the same only. This is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. You might have come across this. The last line is Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. The body is only dying, you are not dying. Krishna says, Na jayate mriyate va kadasya. Nayam bhuta bhavitavana bhuyah ajo nitya sasatam yam purano na hanyate hanyamane sharire. For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. The difference between body and soul. Body is matter, soul is spirit. Body doesn't have any consciousness, soul has. Actually, we can understand a person is alive or not by the consciousness. So body keeps changes. Body changes into 6 stages from birth to death. We will see that. But soul never changes. That's why we are becoming old. The body keeps on changing. That's why we are forgetting also things. In Bhagavad Gita 4th chapter, Krishna says that Arjuna asks question. Krishna, you told that you gave this knowledge to Sun God, but how it is possible? Sun God is very old and you are my contemporary. How it is possible? He asked. Then Krishna says that, see, that time you were also existing, but you forgot. But I did not. Because Krishna's body is spirit. Our body is not spirit. It is matter. Matter keeps on change, but soul doesn't change. Because of the changes, only everything happening. The changes happens by the power of time. And the body is temporary, soul is permanent. Body dies, soul always alive, never dies. That's why Krishna told you fight. They are not going to die. Only body is going to die. Even if you are not going to fight, you want to save them also, it is not possible. They are going to die. One more sloka also. Krishna quotes that. How it is, if there is birth, there is death also. So we are not the things what we are seeing in the mirror. We see our face and we try to decorate the body only. Actually, we are not this body. And who am I? There is inside. Soul is there. You can see there is Vishnu also there. That is super soul. Within the heart, Atma also there, Paramatma also there. There are 2 souls, soul, super soul. So we are talking about now soul. You are not the body, you are soul, the real driver of the bodily car. Yeah, in general, in material point of view, people say this, we are made up of matter. Who knows what is going to happen after that? So that's why whenever we are getting some fever, headache, they are giving some kind of chemical only they inject. No more than a chemical we think. So at that, after that, everything is finished. So until that, you enjoy how much you can. How pure maja karo. Don't bother about what is going to happen. Whatever happens, who knows? Who has seen it? So that's what people will think. But no, there is soul is there, that is going to suffer again and again. So spiritual viewpoint is we are not the body, flesh, we are not the material body made up of flesh and bones. We are spirit soul, but engaged in the material body. We do not die when material body stops to function. This is how this karma factor is working. Like you can see some people, they very good person he is. He never drinks, smoke. He doesn't have any bad habit, but he will get some very critical disease like cancer. Whereas person, by seeing only understand he is such a puppy. He does all the things, whatever is there, drinking, smoking, everything he does. And people will think this fellow has to get some disease and die, but he will be happily roaming. Because the reason is that person who is good, he did some bad karma in his previous life. So karma is like planting a seed. So it will grow and the fruit will come. But when it will come, we don't know. So this good person, he got the fruit and he got the disease. And this person, bad person, who is trying to enjoy and doing all the bad things, he is now only cultivating the seed. The tree will grow and it will come the fruit. When it will come, we don't know. Maybe next life or this life or after 10 lives, we don't know. Because he has put that good karma seed also. That it is going on now. So whatever seed you are planting, that is going to grow and give you fruit. So how it is coming in another body is because we are soul, we are not the body. You are misusing the body and you are going to suffer for that.
So, can I ask something, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please.
So when, I mean, which seed will have the results when uh, that that is decided by Paramatma, right? Or our karma?
Yeah, every
Like,
action has opposite, means equivalent reaction, every action has.
hmm. So the way in which you had given example, right? Some people are behaving incorrectly or not ethically or something. But at times we see them uh, growing good or all. Apparently, it looks like everything is good because of their seeds, right? Earlier good seeds, what they had
Yeah,
done.
good karma is going on now. Hmm.
Yeah. But then when which seed has to give the fruits, I mean, that how it is decided, or now for example, if I'm chanting, and I definitely I also have multiple things what I have done in earlier births or this birth or something. So at times we are getting some ill results or unwanted results or something. Then in that case, why I'm getting now and why not later or why not early? There's something, some reason is there, or uh,
Means you are
could I
asking now,
pray?
you are chanting now. So some bad things coming into life. Why it is coming now? Like that your question is, hello, Hare Krishna. Can you, am I right? Means, am I understood your question correctly? Is it audible?
Sorry, yeah, now it is audible. Some internet issue probably.
Yeah, yeah. Means I didn't understand your question properly. Can you please come again?
Yeah, sure. The question was like we see some people are getting very good results in spite of whatever uh, unethical way or whatever illegal way they are adopting, but they are getting good results because of their good karma, right? So
Yes.
they have good seeds earlier, or some seed is getting fruitful right now, right? Good seeds. So
Yeah, it is.
when seeds will give the results and when bad seeds will give the results, that how it is decided? Is it again on a karmas, or is it on chanting, or is it something? That's what
Actually,
I.
that is not in our hand. There
Yeah,
is superior power is there. Like it is like a thief is there. He has done murder, a criminal, and
yeah,
he is happily roaming. He disguised himself or somehow he's trying to escape from police. But when he will be caught and punished, we don't know. So the time will
yeah,
come, right time, he will be caught and he will get punishment for that. Maybe now in this world he can escape, but in from the hand of God he cannot escape. Now I did so many criminal activities and I can give some bribe to police and I can escape from that. But from the Lord's government he cannot escape, because that's why I shown you two soul. One soul is Atma, we are, and another soul is God, Paramatma. He's victimizing everything and noting down.
yeah,
So
right.
we can cheat anyone, but we cannot cheat God. Just if we think wrong, also God can understand what this fellow is thinking and what he's going to do also.
Hmm.
Just encaged means like this. You can see this bird is inside encaged.
Hmm.
It cannot go out. You can see that one old woman, there one bird is there, parrot is there inside the cage. But the cage is made up of gold. And
Yeah.
that old woman is simply always polishing the cage only. I have golden cage, I have golden cage. And nicely she is polishing and daily she is checking whether the cage is there or not. I have to keep it safely. Like that only she's thinking, but she's not giving any importance to the parrot. So one day comes the parrot died. The same way, this we are also simply taking care of the body. We are not bothering about the soul. One day this body will die and the soul will go to next body. And we whatever problem mistake we did, we are going to get same thing that action, whatever action, that reaction you will get. So you can see there are this body also two types of body is there. Whatever body now we are able to see, that is gross body. So it is made up of gross element, that is earth, water, fire, air, ether. So at the time of death, you can see the body will be turned into earth. If you burn it, it will become ash and turn into earth. And water. And this body is consisting of 70% of body is consist of water only. Whatever you food you eat in order to digest, and then the blood should flow. For that also this plasma. In order to all these things to flow, the water is required. And the air. In our body also 5 types of air is there. Apana, Upana, Samana. There are 5 types of air is there. And then empty space, ether also there. And fire. Body also has fire. That's why whenever you get fever, people will touch our body and see it's too hot. Or you keep a thermometer in the tongue. The doctor will keep under the tongue, and they will understand 98.6 degrees Celsius. It is there. If it is more, also problem. If it is less, also problem. If it goes above 107, it's so much hot, so much body became heat, such a fever, people has to die, and that's it. It is like this body is like oven. That's why whenever you touch, the little heat will be there in the body. So when this goes beyond 107 degree, this body is like oven, has to be kept into another oven, big oven. You know this electric crematorium. They have to keep in this only. So similarly, there is another body is called subtle body. Subtle means we cannot see only, like mind, intelligence, ego. This is subtle body. Inside that is there is soul. That's why it's very difficult to understand soul. People are not able to understand what is mind, what is intelligence, why this ego is so, what is this ego. This all they cannot understand. First of all, what is this gross body? Only doctors are not able to understand. If you go to allopathic, he will ask what you have problem, then he will write down whatever he studied, it prescribes some medicine. He will say, come after 1 week. So you take that medicine after 1 week, there is no change. Okay, then I will change the medicine because they cannot properly predict. But whereas you see, Ayurvedic is so far better. You don't need to tell them only what disease you have. He will just touch your pulses. As soon as he touches pulses, he will tell these things are the problem, and he will prescribe this medicine. That's it. And this Ayurvedic also they try to see this thing only. There is Kapha, Vata, Pitta. These three things are there in the body. Kapha means mucus, Vata means air, Pitta means fire. If these three things are balanced, then there is no problem. When the imbalances happens, they touch that pulse and they will understand what is imbalance, then they prescribe medicine accordingly. Even the more expert doctor, just by seeing your face, he will tell what problem is there. In those days, now that much expert doctors are not there. Even I had in Pune also some expert doctors are there. Okay, the same thing already I told. Without knowing, people think I am this body and they do all the needs for body, and then finally they won't get any happiness. That's what our first topic, searching for happiness. Today we will get answer for that why I'm not getting happiness and how I will get happiness, you will get answer. So scientific proof for existence of soul. This is our second topic today. So how to understand that? What are the proofs are there to know that really we are soul, we are not the body? So by common sense, we can understand, and consciousness. And there are some studies also there, which doctors also proven. One is NDE and OBE, near that experience, out of body experience. And last one is reincarnation research. So we'll discuss these four topics, subtopic it is. So this is common sense. Like as soon as a person dies, what we say, he has passed away. But the body is still there. Why we are telling passed away? Then what has been passed? But what has passed is soul. That's why people are crying. हिंदी में भी बोलते हैं ना, हमको छोड़ के गया इन्होंने। अरे किधर छोड़ के गया? शरीर यहाँ पर ही पड़ा है। आप क्यों बोल रहे छोड़ के गया है? नहीं नहीं, छोड़ के गया मतलब they cannot tell what exactly has been left from the body. But what is left is that is soul. Just by common sense we can understand. That's why people are crying. The same person daily sleeping also, but they don't cry. But he will sleep eternally, permanently, then they will cry because the soul has left. Then consciousness. Consciousness means how to understand. Yeah, this one example is given. Like through a camera, you try to capture many things. So what the camera will do? It records. And whenever you want, you can play also. But whenever you play, the camera will not think this was very pleasant moment or it was very nice memory. But when you see like these old people are there, they took photo of their when they were very young or when they got married. Whenever they see, they remember this time we were there, this thing happened, we met these people and we were very happy. This thing they will share. Means their emotion is involved. But whereas this camera doesn't have any emotion, if you want him to play, it will play simply. There's a difference between this dead matter and conscious. Actually, body is dead matter, but why it is conscious is because of soul. That's why this emotion, feeling, everything is involved. The third one is, as I told you, this ND or out OIB studies. Like some people have experienced this. They were hospitalized and the soul came out from the body. Means they felt they are dead. Even doctor also proven they are dead. Means one case is like in one hospital it happened. In ICU, that patient was there. And then they proven they dead. And then the doctor was, for them, it is something very normal thing. People comes and they die. Someone will, if he is fortunate, he will alive, will become alive. So that person died and they were started talking something normally and then discussing some normal thing. And this fellow, one who came out of the body, somehow he again entered in the body. Like sometimes many cases, it is like this. So many cases are there, not one, two cases. That then after entering, he woke up and doctors also were surprised how this fellow came into life. According to scientifically, he's died. The technology, everything they proven, like that CRT, everything they saw that proven that he's died, and then pulse was also stopped, heart was also not pumping. He's died, and again he came back into life. So after he came back into life, he started chastising doctor very heavily. Doctor said, "Why are you chastising us?" He told that you people are doing operation to me, and then that time you are talking about Gulf. We were telling this time that we played Gulf, we went there. And oh, this thing only you people will talk in this ICU in that operation theater. People doesn't have any sense. Then one doctor told, "Can you please stop? How did you understand all this? You are dead, and then everything is proven that you are dead, and then we were normally started talking. But how you understand?" Then he said, "No, no, actually I did not die. I saw myself only from the above. Like this, you can see this picture. This fellow is seeing from above. The soul came out, and then he could able to hear everything what is going on. Then after entering, he told them that this what all this happened. Like even mystic also there, mysticism also. People they come out from the body and then they preserve the body in some type of oil, and they can go anywhere and they can enter into another body also. This type of mysticism is also there. Even Buddhist also, they also did this. And that Buddhist monk, they also practice this. They can come out and then not Buddhist monk. I don't know who are they. I heard that they come out and they go to some place where they did not go only, and then they will come back and they will tell what all there exactly. This is, if you want, you can Google it. ND and OB. There are so many cases. I even these are given by doctors only, not some spiritual person is giving. Doctors only proven this. This all happened. When many people they fell, they died. They came out of the body and again they entered also into that body because their time is not over due to some mistake. They came out. So here it is given
Oh,
11 to 14 percentage of average American population who are mentally and physically healthy have gone through this OB. So this proofs is there. If you want, you can try to Google and find out. This many books are all there on OB and this ND. People who have experienced or people who have done research on this, they have written so many books. And next comes reincarnation. He's a psychiatric doctor. His name is Ian Stevenson. More than 2000 cases he has seen reincarnation, and he has done research and he wrote books also many on that. Reincarnation means punarjanma. In Hindi we say punarjanma, which means the soul entered into next body and it remembered the lost life. It will not happen to everyone, but some people it will happen. Generally, at the time of that, all the memories are gone. But some people they remembered. Just a lot make sure that by these people will understand there is soul, there is God. Maybe that might be the reason. That's why. So here it is given more than 3000 cases. This many cases he has been researched, not only in India, all over the world. We'll see some cases where you can see a old man is going and a small boy is coming out. That is reincarnation. He is dying and then he is taking next birth and coming. It is not compulsory that he has to take human body only. According to his karma, he is going to get any body, but just example is given. Some may get human body also. So who like that human body got, they remember. So you can see these many books has been written even in this also. You know phobia, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, phobia means a kind of fear. People has kind of fear with something. Why it is there? Like somebody dead by water in their previous life. They died of water. They went for swimming or they went to river or ocean. Then they swayed away by the water and then they died. In their next birth, the water means for them very difficult. They cannot imagine. Means the kind of allergy they feel. Water means they don't come only near water. Taking bath in water is all very difficult for them. Some people died with knife by stabbing. So knife means allergy for them. Or some people has problem with blood also. They might have experienced very bad experience in their previous life. So what happened at the time of that? I told you two types of body. Do you remember?
Yes, material body and that way, right?
Sorry,
Yes, yes. Material body and that is the one, right? What you have mentioned.
I
Material
told
body,
gross
subtle body.
gross body,
Yes, body,
and subtle body.
subtle body, yeah.
Gross body is made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. Pancha Mahabhut. Subtle body is
Panchama.
subtle body is made up of mind, intelligence, ego, man, buddhi, ahangar. This subtle body. So at the time of that, that gross body is only dying, not subtle body. Along with the soul, the subtle body also subtle body also goes and enter into another body. So the subtle body, that all the memory will be stored there only. So if Lord wants, that memory will be given, then he can remember everything. So like this, at the time of that, how they died by water or by stabbed by someone. So that memory that deeply entered into the memory, that subconscious mind, and in the next life it will come as some fear. For them, it will be kind of allergic. Blood means some people by seeing blood only they will faint. Somebody died in fire. Somehow that house got fire, and then they burnt and they died. For them, fire means allergic. The phobia will be there. This is the reason for the phobias. Somebody is killed by shooting. So for them, the sound, gun at all kind of very difficult for them. So it's another research also there. You can see these twins. The twins, you see, everything is similar. Here you can read also here. Even though identical twins are physically born by the splitting of a single egg from the same genetic material, they may have striking contrast in temperament. The difference in temperament is because of two different souls reincarnated in two different bodies. They are genetically identical. It looks like everything is alike. Same kind of face cut, same kind of hair, eyes, all the bodily limbs you see, it looks similar, but they act differently. One will be very active, one will be very dull, and one will be good person, one may become bad person also. Because this all because of the souls are different. Even though physically and chemically everything looks similar indeed, both of them. But soul is different. Because of that difference, they act differently. One speaks nicely, one doesn't speak. It's all the reason. So he said, soul sir, this is one of the case of this Einstein Stevenson. So this one person, he was in Air Force. So he died while the war was going on. In one ocean, the jet got crashed and they died. They fell in the ocean and they died. Then he became a small boy and he remembered. So he knows that thing also. Before the pilot, means before the jet goes, there needs to be done some checkup, whether it is ready to go or if there is some problem, then they have to fix it. As a small boy, he remembered that and he can do that also. I will play one video. If you are not getting the sound, please let me know.
Yes, Prabhuji.
They have the same name and boyish good looks. James M. Houston, raised in the Midwest. James M. Leininger, a young boy from the Bayou.
Whoa! There's something in the eyes. It's undeniable.
That's not all they share.
Somehow James Houston's spirit has affected my son, either through reincarnation. I don't know how it happened.
I can make the Japanese easy as pie.
Initially, what caught my attention was James's extreme fascination with airplanes.
And every night he slept with his G.I. Joe action figures, which he named.
I took him to the Kavanaugh Flight Museum.
Here's home video. While the other kids casually look at the plane, 2-year-old James seems to inspect it. Watch as he checks the underbelly, then climbs inside, donning the headset.
The pilot put him on?
And I said, oh, look, there's a bomb on the bottom. He said, that's not a bomb, that's a drop tank.
Bouncing about in the cockpit, James was flying high. That night, their world would change forever.
He started having the nightmares, and that was my first indication that there was something wrong. It was a panic-stricken, terrorized screaming.
Over and over again, James had the same terrible nightmare, 4 to 5 times a week. He was too young to explain the dream, but he could draw.
Bombing ships, you see men parachuting. Here's another one where planes are dropping bombs.
Help me.
He would just be crying. He'd say, airplane crash on fire, little man can't get out. He laid on his back and kicked up at the ceiling, and he goes, Mama, the little man's going like this. And he laid on his back and kicked his feet up. The little man's going, ooh, 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 can't get out. And I said, well, who's the little man, baby? And he goes, me. I thought Bruce and I were just going to faint.
They questioned, what kind of plane?
Corsair.
Why did your airplane crash?
My plane was shot down.
Who shot your plane?
He looked at me like I was a village idiot. He said,
The Japanese. I kept thinking, where is he getting this? I was a stay-at-home mom, so I know that there wasn't anything that he was being exposed to.
Not exposed to in this life, but perhaps Just maybe somebody else was. Decades earlier, James Houston grew up with the same insatiable fascination with airplanes. He became a naval fighter pilot and fought in World War II. March 3rd, 1945, during a mission near Iwo Jima, he took a direct hit. At age 21, was declared missing and presumed dead.
Where did he take off from a boat?
Do you remember the name of your boat? He said Natoma.
Found several thousand hits on the word Natoma.
The USS Natoma Bay launched into battle, headed for Iwo Jima in the fight for Leyte Gulf.
It's the biggest naval battle in the history of the world.
Leo Pyatt served on the ship. From his home in Ohio, he organizes the Natoma Bay reunions. That's how Bruce found him.
I wanted to disprove it.
He asked a few questions about, did I know some of the people? Oh yeah, I remember those people. And so he got very quiet.
It was all real. The people and places James described actually existed. And remember those G.I. Joe dolls that James named? Turns out 3 men with the same names, first and last, served on the Natoma and were killed in action. James said they greeted him in heaven after his crash.
I'd always asked him, do you remember what your name was? And he always said James. But his name is James.
Yes, there was a Jim Houston, a rather large shell, just hit him in the engine, and it burst into flames and went down.
They showed Leo the drawings.
He was right on the nose. I'm sure, in my mind, that he was there.
Leo invited James, now 3, to the reunion. James recognized several pilots, even called them by name.
You're Bob Greenwald. I'm serious.
He never met Bob Green.
No, he'd never met him before.
And someone else was invited. James Houston's sister, Ann.
And he goes, it's not Ann, it's Annie. She wasn't my oldest sister. I had an older sister than that. And I said, you did? Who was that? And he goes, Ruth. I mean Ruth.
Eddie is what they called me when I was little, knowing my name and my sister's name, things that my brother did when he was a kid. It's too amazing to describe how he would feel that way, but he does. He considers me his sister.
But does she consider James her brother?
I think it's probably a reincarnation of my brother.
Suzanne Stratford, Fox 8 News.
Hare Krishna. This is one of his study that he did research and he found out that you can see by birth only he had that inclination. He was playing that type of games only, shooting games. And because it was there in the subconscious mind and it came into, when he got another body, that same thing came and he went to their home and he recognized everyone. Who is this? What is his name? The childhood pet name also he told. So there is one more case. This one small woman is there. So when this child, she is a child, you can see the red color she is wearing. When she was child, she took a doll and she started telling Meenu, Meenu, Meenus. This is my Meenu. So the parents thought that okay, she is playing. But she was telling, this is my child, Meenu. This is my child, and she was telling, I want to see my child and see what she is doing. I don't know. She was telling, parents did not give much, whatever, okay, as a child, she is telling, they did not consider it very seriously. But after she became more mature, she started crying and she told, if you don't take me to my child, I will run away from this place. They thought, where is your child? Who is your child? Then she told one place. And then the father was in railways, he was working. And he asked another person. That person told there is one place, such a place is there. And then they thought, okay, let us take her to there. You see what she is telling is real or not. So they took her there, and after going there and they got down there, as soon as they got down, she started leading them. This is how we have to go. And she exactly went to their house. And there was small confusion in that house. Because after that, they have to change the entrance. They break the entrance and they build again and they change the entrance into another way. She got little confusion and then she went inside. And after going inside, she recognized that as soon as she saw one person, she was so much sighing. She felt shyness. because she was her husband. She is like her granddaughter, and she is showing that shyness. And then she told everything. Who is he? What is his name? And what is the relatives who are all? There's a big family. Everyone she recognized. What is his name? And their pet name also she told. And there was one woman was there, little elderly, and she went and embraced. She is my Meenu. She is my daughter. She is very small. She looks like daughter, and she was telling she is my daughter, and she recognized, and she told also what her husband like. She told you please make it he will like, and that person also told yes only my wife knows how to make it. So she told us how to do. You do like this, you put this item ingredients, add this, do it such a way, and she liked. They were surprised. And in their home, they removed the photo of that woman only. Like after death, they put photo. They removed the photo. They consider her also. You can see some photos that his name was Sukla. So she went to the village and she started leading how to go. And after that, she's recognizing everyone who is who. He told even nicknames also. So not only this great this psychiatrist, this doctor has proven about this reincarnation. Even great scientist also accepted. You can see him. It's Benjamin Franklin said that finding myself to exist in the world, I believe I shall in some shape or other always exist. So he's telling soul is always existing. Some shape or other means different body. They are great philosophers. So you can see he's telling those souls who revolted against God were placed here to transmigrate through various species of animals, birds, reptiles, etc. He also agreed. The soul is transferring from one body to another because of our karma and desire. Socrates also says that. I am confident that there truly is such a thing as living again and the living spring from the dead. They are also confirming about that soul is always existing, and it is they are also confirming reincarnation here. So now we'll see the third topic, difference between living person and robot. A man is not just a machine. Like you keep a camera and some people are sitting and both are watching the drama. The camera is also recording. We are also recording in our mind. But sometimes we cry, some emotional things comes. Sometimes we laugh. Sometimes we become angry by seeing fight scene. But camera doesn't do anything, it just simply sits. Like here some experience are there, here no experience. Some emotions are no emotions involved, here involved. We become also like happiness and we become sorrow by seeing some such a things happen and we become angry. And it doesn't have consciousness, we have conscious. And we can judge also, it cannot judge. Because of the presence of the soul. So this person once talked with Prabhupada. Swamiji, I think our body is just a complex machine that gets worn out and crashes. Why should we bother about some soul powering the body? Prabhupada gave nice answer. Does your car, he was a Ford car CEO, he told that, does your car or computer grow? Do you have a male and female car that can unite and produce a baby car? So he's telling, put two car, will it produce another car? A living body undergoes 6 changes, whereas matter just depreciates. It is the soul that makes living body alive. So what are the 6 changes it undergoes? We can see that. So there are 3 differences are there for a body and a machine. So body undergoes 6 changes, and body and a male body and female body can produce byproduct, and living body has consciousness, whereas machine doesn't have. So what are the 6 changes? We'll see here. It takes birth, grows, maintenance, and produce bright, like takes birth and it grows, and maintenance is taking care of everything food and sleeping, eating, sleeping, other all things. And then it produces children also, offsprings, and gradually it will dwindle and dies. These are the 6 changes body undergoes. So we'll see the mechanism of mind now a little bit. So this already I explained you. This is gross body made up of earth, water, fire, air, ether. And inside there is subtle body, which is made up of mind, intelligence, ego. Inside that there is soul. The soul is made up of Sat Chit Ananda, which means Sat means eternal. Eternal means permanent. Like we have that nature, right? We don't want to die. Even a old person you see, he knows that he is going to die. Still, he doesn't want to die. Somehow he'll put this ventilation. They put him in ventilation. He cannot breathe also properly. Even if he comes alive, also he cannot walk, talk, see properly, eat properly. Everything one has to do. For going urine also, he goes in bed only. But still he doesn't want to die because the soul is permanent. But currently we are thinking, I am the body. So I want to be permanent. And the soul is knowledge. Soul has all the knowledge, but it is covered now. So that's why we are trying to accumulate so many knowledge. Some people, I want to know this, I want to know that, I want to see these. So these are all there because it is there in soul. And the soul is Ananda. Ananda means bliss, happy. Always the soul is happiness, happy. So that's why we want to be happy. Because we are thinking I am the body. So we are trying to be happy. We are doing so many things to be happy. What not? I will do one thing. It is not giving happiness. Okay, remove it. Now I will try this. The beginning it will be good. After sometimes it doesn't give happiness. Everything you can see, anything you take in the beginnings in this material world, whatever you take, a new job you take, and then it will be very nice for some days, then it will give some problem. Okay, then you change the job. And you take new vehicle, and everyone will see nice vehicle, new vehicle. Then after some time, no, then you change the vehicle. Even marriage, there was before marriage, so much expectation is there. I could marry, I will be like this, like they think themselves as a hero, heroine only in movie, like that. But actually, what happens is opposite only. So because they want to enjoy that enjoyment, the tendency from where it is coming is from soul. Because soul is always happy. So you can understand gross body is made up of these elements, subtle body is these elements, soul is these elements. It is going gross to subtle and subtle and subtle. The subtlest element is soul. As I told you, that doctors are not able to understand the mind intelligent only. How they can understand soul? Soul is the subtlest element. In Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, it comes. Above sense object is senses. Above senses is mind. Above mind is intelligent. Above intelligence is ego. Above ego is soul. Because it is the subtlest and finest matter. I think you might have heard about that how this body and soul, one nice chariot they might have described. You can see there is a chariot. Chariot has 5 horses. The 5 horses are considered as 5 senses: eyes, nose, ears, skin, and tongue. These are the 5 senses, 5 horses. So in order to control the horses, we need rope. If rope is not there, the horse will run away. So that rope is required. The rope is considered as mind. That's why the mind demands the senses. Do this, do that. You have to eat vada pav now only. Go, go. Even though you have so many health issues, but still you eat. So many ulcer will be there inside. Still you eat this. So the mind demands and troubles. Why? Because the mind is not controlled by the rope is not controlled by the driver. The driver has to pull the rope and then control. The driver is considered as intelligent. That intelligence we should have proper intelligence, proper knowledge. We should feed the intelligence. Otherwise, that will also go behind the mind only. Mind is such a powerful person. Even he drags the intelligent also. If you doesn't give proper knowledge to the intelligent. So because the senses also so much not able to control, mind also not control. Even if the intelligent also not control, then what will happen? The rath will go, the chariot will go in different ways. As 5 horses wants to go in 5 directions. Then who will suffer? The chariot, the rath is considered as body. So who is soul is here? Patient. The passenger is there, he is the soul. The passenger is simply sitting. And then the horses are going in different way. That's why the soul is the passenger is suffering. अरे क्यों गाड़ी ऐसा जा रही है, इधर ऊपर जा रही है, नीचे जा रही है, पलटी हो जाएगा क्या क्या. So sometimes you see in autos the roads are not good, and then you can see that it goes in different ways. You may be sometimes fearful. The road in such a way the auto will fall also. Sometimes it fall also. So that's why the soul is suffering. That's why we have to control. For that we should give proper knowledge. That's what we are trying to discuss. So intelligence is the decision maker. What should be done, what should not be done. That intelligence should, that's knowledge should come from intelligence. Mind is the storehouse of thoughts. So what are all there? The thoughts are there, and unfulfilled desire is there. Previous experiences are there. For example, you know what is gulab jamun because you eaten it. So that is stored in your mind. Before you eaten, that is previous experience. But always I get only one gulab jamun. My mother doesn't give me more than one gulab jamun. Now I got job and I am working. So I can buy now hundreds gulab jamun also. Because that is unfulfilled desire. So this is how mind works. Desires are stored and desires are not fulfilled. So that's why you want to again and again have the same thing. Then these five senses. The five senses are under the control of mind. Yeah, this example came here, chariot. See five horses, you can see five senses. The rope is mind, driver is intelligent, the chariot is body, passenger is soul. The passenger is suffering here because the driver is, you can see each horse going in different directions. They are very terribly running. So the soul is suffering. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that who is this mind? Bandhuratmatmanastasya yenatmaivatmana jitah anatmanastu satrutve vartate atmaiva satruvat. You can understand. Satru. Satru means enemy. Who is enemy? Who has not controlled the mind, then the mind is enemy. Who has controlled the mind, then the mind is friend. So controlled mind is it is your best friend. Uncontrolled mind is greatest enemy, not ordinary enemy, very greatest. It troubles us like anything. Pulls here and there. We cannot control only. Sometimes we think, why am I doing like this? Because of the mind. The mind is torturing so us. So here the tips are given how the mind can be controlled. Mind is like a knife. So I will ask you a question. The mind is good or bad? Sorry, the knife is good or bad?
It depends on how it is operated, right? I mean,
Yeah. So the knife is good
intention.
also, bad also. If you give your knife to a doctor, he can bring by operating the body and he bring a person back into life. But if a knife is in the hand of a thief, he can kill a person for stealing some money. So same knife can save a life or can kill a life. The example is given. Similarly, this mind also, what you feed, Gigo principle, you know, right? Good in, good out. If you do good things, and good things will come out. If you put garbage inside, garbage only will come out. So like this, what we are feeding the mind will be fed through senses. Like the senses, each senses can give input to the mind. You are seeing something which should not be seen, and hearing something which should not be heard, and eating some abominable things. In this way, mind gets the knowledge, the input, and then the output also like that. If you give good thing to the mind, then it will give good output also. Some people is always watching porn movie, then he also wants to experience that. And eating all the abominable things, then all the things will go inside, and then he will become also animalistic. Hearing so many bad things like terrorists, how they do brainwash. They give so many, speak so much and they somehow brainwash. So he is hearing so many bad things and he'll become a terrorist. So with the senses, we have to give proper input. Then the mind will become proper out, then it will give proper output. So from where we'll get good things or bad things, both we get from, there are some sources like you can read and watch movies, hearing and associating with the friends, like what the mind will thinks. Smoking habit, mind thinks. I am a now engineer I became. If I don't know how to hold a cigarette also, what is the use? I should know something now. I became a big person now. I should know how to smoke, how to drink, all these things I should know. That's what mind thinks. And smoking makes me feel cool. Prabhupada says they are smoking fire and they're thinking I will be cool. But good intelligence means it will think, no, it is not good for me. I may get some disease by smoking. So if you know this, now we have understood that I am not this body. I am one good nature. Soul is equal. Everybody is soul. All living entities are soul. That's why people don't eat non-vegetarian also because of that also soul, because we are giving harm to that. We are killing, violence it is involved. We are killing and eating. One can survive with vegetarian only. Why one has to do so much violence and eat non-vegetarian? And some this white and black. US you can see they find white American, black American. They always fight because he has black body, he has white body. Rich, poor, they fight. Educated, illiterate, beautiful, ugly person. Beautiful person will speak ill about ugly person. These are body only. Body always going to change. Maybe now you have beautiful body. The next life you may your person can become next body. Now he is a king, and next life he may become pig also, and he may be eating stool. So the body is keep on changing. But by knowing that we are not the body, we are the unchangeable soul. One is not going to do all this speaking ill about others or fighting. These things one can avoid. Soul, you can see the soul, everybody is soul. In ISKCON 50th anniversary, they celebrated. More than 200 countries people came. They came together and they did one thing, that is chanting Hare Krishna. They did such a kirtan. It happened in Kolkata. So it came in Guinness also. So many different country, everyone came with Vaishnava Tilak and Dhoti Kurta they wore and they came and they chanted holy name. If you go to Mayapur, you can see all over world people comes there. They also brought this 50 or more than 50 or 100 some flags they brought from different countries. Indian flag was very big that. You will come above this inferiority complex. I am black, white, I am not looking good, I don't have six pack. This all one no need to think. This all inferiority campus complex. People, even in college time, people tells me that, Arey, you don't know how to smoke cigarette also. Don't be in our gang. Go and join with this other gang. Maybe in companies also they may speak. It's all inferiority complex. But one who is not in inferiority complex, he thinks I am not the body, I am soul. This Muhammad Ali also, he was thinking I am the greatest personality. Then he got this Parkinson disease. After he got the disease, he thought I am not great. Allah is great, he said. So then one of our devotee went and he spoke to him and he gave him Bhagavad Gita knowledge. He was very grateful and he accepted the knowledge very with a pleasure he accepted. And he spoke also. I have one video that how he spoke, that whatever basic knowledge, whatever we are talking, he spoke that also. So one who knows that knowledge that I am not body, I am soul, he can be very peaceful, very happy. No need to bother about this, all these things. One will be very positive attitude. in his life. That's one will get these qualities also: tolerance, patience, considering everyone to be potentially good. This good attitude one will get. And he can use the resource properly, money. So he's thinking, I'll put this much money in Swiss bank and I will only eat it very happily. But person in soul consciousness, he thinks I have to feed others also. Like cows, this person is feeding. Because cows are depends, they are independence. Whatever we eat, Lord made in such a way that you will get fruit, you can eat the fruit and give the skin to cow. Cow also will eat and plant the seed. Again, one more tree will grow. Nothing is waste. Everything is utilized properly. So by knowing this knowledge, we can understand how to use everything properly. So we discussed now we can understand that why a person is not happy, because he is thinking I am this body and trying to give happiness to this body. Whatever we do only for this body. I think you remembered I told you that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One wife, 2 children, 3 BHK, 4-wheeler, 5-digit salary. If it is there, I will be very happy. But this is for body. And we are trying to feed the body. And we are not the body, we are soul. It is like you are removing the fish from water and trying to feed so many things. Take, I will give you a blank check. You can enjoy. And another person is giving this gold and bank account I am giving. You can access this bank account. You can spend how much you want. So much money is there. So many people are giving many things. Still the fish is not happy. The fish will become happy when you put into the water. Similarly, we will become happy when we give food for the soul. Now we are giving food for the body. Body always demands and it will not become satisfied. But soul will be satisfied. How? By doing this ABCD formula. A for association. We should have good association. We should have the association of devotees. By associating with them, we will get proper intelligence, proper knowledge, and then with which we can properly guide the mind, and senses also will properly engaged. Through that, we will become peaceful. We will become happy. And then reading books. What kind of books? B for books, A for association, B for books. What kind of books? Spiritual books like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. We have so many books. Prabhupada has written many books. So many books are there. By reading books, by associating with devotees, our ego will be purified. By reading books, our intelligence will become sharp in such a way it can control the mind. Otherwise, mind will control the intelligence. Then the important thing is chanting. C stands for chanting. By chanting, you can control the mind. See, well, Muslim person also has bead. Everyone has bead. And D for diet. What I am eating. In our ISKCON movement, we eat only prasadam. We don't eat outside food. We don't eat non-vegetarian. We don't eat tea, coffee. We don't drink. And we don't eat even onion, garlic also. So we make this food, which we call bhoga. Then we keep one tulsi pata on this. We keep separate plate for God. And then we offer the food to Lord by reciting some mantra. After 5 to 10 minutes, we will remove that food and we will mix it the food whatever prepared. So while cooking, we don't eat. We have that consciousness. We are making this for God. That's why we make in pure consciousness. We take bath and then we make. And we have separate stove, separate vessels for making God. So we cook the food and we offer to God and we take it as prasadam. Even vegetable also has life. It is not only non-vegetarian means violence. Vegetable also has life. But when we accept it as prasadam, then it doesn't have any sinful reaction. Like everything is given by God. For example, now we are using everything, whatever is given by God. Like government is providing us electric, current they are giving electricity, and then water they are giving. By return, we have to pay tax to them. So how much water we are using, that much tax I have to pay. How much current I am using, that much tax we have to pay. So similarly, God also giving everything, and we are simply accepting and we are not paying any tax. So the tax is what I am trying to say, that we have to, whatever God is given to us, we have to make it, and we have to prepare the food, and we have to offer the food to God and accept it as prasadam. So by that, you are not going to get any punishment. Like if you don't pay electric bill, you won't get electricity. Similarly, water also. Then each chance for engagement, seva. In our temple, there are plenty of seva is there. And then even in home also, devotees makes temple only. They always serves the God. They makes nice altar, and then they keep God. Daily they worship God. They chant God. They cook for God. And temple, you can see they make garland for God. So many Matajis comes. They make garland for God. Beautiful garlands. Some cleans the temple. Some cleans the altar. So many services. Some cooks. So like this, so many services are there. These are the ABCD formula. This is the food for soul. By doing this, soul will be nourished, and really you will get that happiness, that real happiness. Searching for happiness, that result you will get here only. So the summary today, what we discussed is, first we saw my matter or spirit. So under this we discussed all these things. I am not the body, which is worth of 110 rupees. And body and soul we discussed, and material spiritual viewpoint, and then the ancient driver of the bodily core, and scientific proof we saw. These four things we saw, that common sense, consciousness, NDOB studies, reincarnation. Then difference between living person and robot we discussed. These three things we discussed. And mechanism of mind, under that we discussed all this thing. So practical benefit also we discussed. So we completed this today's session. Do you have any question?
No, Prabhuji. In between, I asked whatever has come.
Okay.
It was a great question. I mean, the soul and the ABCD, what should be the food for the soul and how we can enhance it. It was really good. Some part I didn't understand, but I will go through the videos. You said, right? I mean, leaving
you
the
can-
body and going out.
You can go through, and if you have any question, you can WhatsApp me.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that too.
Yeah. Whenever you
was-
have any question, you can let me know.
Yeah.
So
It was really great. Really great. And I will try to chant on a bit the way
yeah,
in which
please.
we